Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number 1 in the questions box, in the comment section, the chat box, to let me know that you can, I would greatly appreciate it. And as you do, keep in mind that everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. Morning, everybody. Glad to have you all here. And if you like what you see, make sure you're following along with the various social platforms. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe there, ring the bell so you get notifications. If you're on Facebook, make sure you're following along there. Same with Twitch. Make sure you're following along on the various platforms with us. And then, of course, the other platforms have a ton of content that we put out on a regular basis. All right, so it is time to jump in. Let's start off with the futures. So when it comes to the financials, the ES, the YM, the NQ, the RUT, they're all up today. Not a lot. ES is up 20. YM is up 165. NASDAQ's up 25. The RUT is up, well, we'll call it 12.5. Bitcoin, the cryptos are both down. 685 down on Bitcoin, under 29 again. Ethereum is 1,800 right now, down, wow, 139. Gold is down 3.5. Crude back up again, 69 cents. When I say back up again, it had come back down a little bit, right? So you could see the moves. We had this move up, we get this pull back, and now we're climbing back up just a little bit all over again. It seems to be the hang point. That 110, 115-ish level is where we're at. So we'll see how it all pans out. I want to go ahead and take a look at trades from yesterday. So this is the opportunity. Remember the reason we do this. This is not so I can talk about the trades that I'm looking at today. This is the opportunity to build a community, and that's really what I'm trying to do here. A lot of what we do at Wealth Builders is very much me teaching, and no one gets to communicate around with each other. Here, you've got the opportunity to do that. So share the trades that you did yesterday. Winners or losers doesn't make a difference. Or break even, makes no difference. Funded, not funded, makes no difference. They're trades. A trade is a trade is a trade, right? So go ahead and drop those in. We only had a handful of candidates to look at from yesterday, period. 6 in total. We had 3 bearish, alphabetical order, 3 bearish, the top 3, and then 3 bullish, the bottom 3. The bottom 3 were all next. None of them panned out as far as what we were looking at, so they were not trade setups I was interested in taking, right? So I wound up with none of them from my list yesterday. The 2 that I did get off are both ETFs. So very first one is the SPY, all right? So if we look at the SPY, we meandered, right? So if you look here, right there, that's our 935 candle, which means that is the candle that we opened up on, okay? That's number 1. Second candle, we pushed up. Not what I want to do. Second candle, we pushed up, and then we just went sideways, guys. For the next 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes, we just went sideways, okay? Nothing happening. And finally, we get this really nice breakout. So in all of this segment right here, when we're going sideways, I am in position number 1 in the chair. I am back here. I am doing nothing, hands nowhere near the keyboard. I can't reach it. I'm back here doing nothing and watching. I have an alarm set at that 395.17 level, a little bit below, about 395 I had the alarm set. So when we push up and hit, and we get up to that level, okay, I go from position number 1 in the chair to position number 2. And that's kind of where I'm sitting back, but I'm straight up now, right? A little bit closer to the keyboard. I'm focused on what's happening, but I'm not ready to do anything. When we got the breakout on this candle, and I'm watching it on the 5s and the 1s, we got the breakout on this candle as we closed, got near the close on that candle, which is at 1020. I am in position number 3, which I'm on the edge of my seat right now, ready to place that trade, right? But what do I need to have happen? Standard setup. You all know what I'm going to say here. If you follow along with me, you've been with me for any amount of time, you know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the pullback, which happened here, right? We got that pullback. Let me see if I can. I forgot to start my drawing tools up this morning. That's the one thing I wish they had in this program that we use, is something to draw with, right? They don't. So bear with me a second while we start this up. It'll just make life so much easier. 3, 2, 1, blast off. All right, there we go. So we get the breakout right here. We get the retest and the bounce right off of the R1 level. Perfection. Now, the only bad thing was we did not have a lot of movement between R1 and R2. we only had about a $2 move in there. So I avoided the midpoint at there. It was just too small of an amount for me. But very quickly, we moved from that 395 to 397 from the bounce candle, the entry candle. We had 1, 2 more candles, and we're out of that trade. At that point, here it is when we hit. Here it is, 10:35. I'm not looking at the pivots any longer. I'm kind of done. I like first hour pivots best, last hour as well, but I usually don't get a chance to come back and check them in later in the day. So that was trade number 1. Long explanation, but it worked out extremely well. Great trade setup yesterday. The second one that we looked at was QQQ, right? So to explain this one, though, I need to take you back here. So let's go to a daily chart. Let me bring it in, right? And what happened? We played ping pong. It's a ping pong trade between 286.86 and 293.43, right? We went right inside of those two levels. Now that you saw that, let's take it back here and let's look at what happened. Once again, grab a drawing tool, right? First candle, we broke out and then we ran, right? You could have possibly taken that as a pullback. We pulled back here and we bounced. There was the first opportunity to take the trade. This was the second. Here was the third, right? We closed here. We stretched down on the next candle and we took off. You had 3 opportunities to take this trade, all of them by 10:15 a.m. Eastern, right? Every one of them. So where are we at? I've got a target or resistance of 293.43. These are the levels that were on the previous chart. 293.43. I'm not making things up. I'm not just figuring out along the way, where do I stick levels? I've got them already. Have we done this before? Yes. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Yesterday was 5 days. We have made it and ping pong between the 286.86. We'll call it 287 and 293, right? $6 move we've done multiple times before yesterday, right? And where are we? Come the end of the day, what's the very high of the day? 293.39. We missed it by 4 cents, right? Well, I'm a buck below that anyway, so it's not like I'm waiting to get all the way up there. I'm at 291 and a half, 292 and a half, close enough, right? That's my target, right? And we hit it with a vengeance, and we're out of the trade. Yeah, it ran further. I don't care. It means nothing to me, right? So 2 great setups yesterday. This one, a huge premium on. All right, let's see what you guys put in. A lot of trades. Excellent. I love it. Jonathan, SPX bull put spread, $1.20. Nice. Miguel, 5% on SPY. I love it. Great job, Miguel. Say Hey said spreads were opposite of the market, so did SPY for 10.20. I love it. And both of my trades were directional. Right, Adobe coming and going, put then call, hybrid straddle worked well into and after FOMC. Excellent, good job. Robert said SPX 50 cents on an iron condor, Apple 14 cents on an Apple call, Facebook bear call spread still open, Baba still open. What do you got going on Baba right now, Robert? mRNA still open, lost on Facebook puts 57 cents. All right, because we had Baba and Baidu out with earnings today already in pre-market. So I'm curious if you were bullish or bearish. Don said Adobe bear call spread up $850. And Costco bear call spread up $700. That's a $1,500 profit for a day. Most people don't do that in their jobs. Paul said, what does the pivot point R and S mean? So R is resistance, S is support. So S1 is support 1, S2 is support 2, R1 is resistance 1, R2 resistance 2. Yeah, John. So John said, what are the name of your pivots? They look different than mine. They are Rob's pivots, John. Actually, they're not mine. They're someone that's in my mastermind group who has allowed me to use them. I can show them, but I can't. I don't have code or anything for it. I just have the indicator itself. He's talked about for a year and a half that he's going to make them available that people can buy them, but he hasn't done it yet. So let's see. Robert said, what time do you usually initiate the spread trades discussed in pre-market? DKS yesterday is a good example of a big reversal where the bear call spread was talked about. Yeah, so my spreads are usually initiated fairly early, within the first couple of minutes, usually, unless I'm looking for a pattern. So I don't know what we have here. So none of these had a note on them. So as an example, on DKS, we just said bear call spread above 69. If I were looking for a pullback to the 68 level and then a bounce until we got above 69, and if I had that first, then I might not be early in the morning. But my spread trades are normally taken very early in the morning. And a lot of times the candle pattern has something to do with that, right? So if we had a bearish trade on DKS, what happened? As soon as we gapped down, we started to move up. So I'm going to wait for some reversal at that point to see if we're failing, especially when the market, and there's the rub, is when the market, let's see, $ SPX.X. When the market starts out of the gate and starts moving up, you have to ask yourself, am I willing to take the bearish entry when the market's moving bullish? 70 to 80% of all stocks move in the direction of the S&P 500. If you only focus to that direction, you've got a higher probability of being right. That doesn't mean that the S&P didn't drop for the first 15 minutes. You took a bearish spread, and then the market started to climb. But it just puts more of the odds in your favor. But I hope that helps, Robert. Let me know if not. John said SPY missed long out of the gate, took one short, plus 26%. Good. Paula said, are you looking for the pullback to the 8 moving average or the fib? On which trade are you talking about there, Paula? Sorry, I'm not sure when you put it in. All right, good. So Robert said bear call spread on all. Okay, got it. You're welcome, Paul. Yep. Say hey said way to go all. Yep. I love the congratulations, guys, to everybody. Hey, Karen. Good, Robert. Good. All right. So with that, let's go take a look at today's candidates. So we got a lot of candidates on our list today. I do have them in a folder, in a filter on Omega charts. So the very first one here, let me get rid of that page so I don't mix things up. The very first one is Baba. They had earnings out early this morning. You know what? Let me get my option chain back over here so I could see it. All right, bear with me a second. I get it in the right place. There we go. All right, so Alibaba. So they're up $3, call it $4 to $86 right now. No, what are we talking about here? Why am I'm on the Qs. It just didn't register. Okay. What the heck is going on? They're not $300 stock. So we're at 86, we'll call it, right? So we got just above the 85.31. 85.52 is our 8. The 21 is 88.67. I'm going to write next on this one, and here's why. We're in a bearish connotation as of yesterday's close. We're in a bearish neutral right now, and the resistance of 88.67 is very close. I don't know why TradeStation does not want to give me Alibaba's finally chart. So with $86 and we have 88.67 as resistance, I'm a little hesitant. It's just a little too tight for me. So I'll pass on that one. Right, next. Baidu, also earnings. They're up 668 to 126. Right, so now 126, we're above the 120.54, above the 119.75. Of course, 126, look where we are, guys. Look where we are. So here's what I want to see happen. And sorry, Robert, I think it was you that asked the question before. If not, sorry if I missed who it was. It's too many things I'm focused on. I mix some of it up sometimes where the questions came from. But let's look at it this way. We're sitting at 126 right now. So what do I need to see happen? The stock above 127 and a pullback to the 126. And it doesn't have to hit 126, 126 quarter, half. But what I'm looking for is move higher, pull back, and bounce. Then I'll do a bull put spread below 126. All right, so now I've got a rule in place. I'm really in position 1 in the chair until that move happens. So it may not be a right out of the gate type thing. DG. DG has earnings out on it. Huge moves. 2 major movers today. This is one of them. Second one is coming up next. It's Dollar General, right? They said, and this was when I first heard earnings, my instant thought was people are going to dollar stores more because they're trying to save on money. I mean, heck, my mom has told me she goes all the time to the dollar store that's by her and one of the Dollar General type places, and they sell frozen foods. And what she buys in the supermarket at $3, and it's not like she needs the money. She's got the cash, right? She's got the money, but I'm not wasting money. What she would buy $3 or $4 in the supermarket, it's the exact same product. She reads it, it's made in the US, so it's not like it was made somewhere else in Asia, shipped to the US, brand name, checks the dates, and she's buying it for, dollar stores, and I guess now more like $1.25, right? Dollar Tree, I think, is $1.25 for their dollar products. But a lot of people, my thought is, are going to start using more of that. My wife needed a gift card the other day. Not a gift card, a card, birthday card. And we stopped the other day, and the place was packed. Local dollar store by us, packed, right? So they're up $23, 22.5 to $2.18. They blew through this one, blew through this one. They're all the way up here, right? Oh, look where we are. 217.97, 218 is our resistance. Okay, so I like the move. I think we might see some pullback, but I'm not too concerned with it. Let's look at a bull put spread below 213. So that would take us down here. All right, then we have Dollar Tree. Same thing, folks. Crushing move on Dollar Tree. They're up $20 right now, 153. We'll call it 154. Right? Blew through this, blew through this. They're up here. Let's see, 49 to 62. 61, 49, 59, so 12. All right, we don't need a fib in there. So if we're sitting at 54, we're going to look at a bull put spread below 149. Now, if you know this company, you trade them and you want to go directional, anything that I give you, if I say bear, call spread. If it's bear, buy puts. If I say bull, put spread. If it's bull, buy calls. You can do that on any one of the candidates. Right? KHC is next. KHC is down $2 right now. It was a downgrade by UBS on KHC. So look at the pattern. Now they're in a bearish bias, but it's not true bear. What does that mean? The 55 is lower than the 21. So I need those two reversed to make it a true bear. But we're in a bearish enough bias to take a bearish trade. We're at $38. It just hit 38 exactly. So we're below that 38.83. Right? So we're going to look at a bear call spread above 40. Above 40. All right? Macy's. So I like companies like Macy's. $21 stock. They had good earnings on it. They're up $2.50 to $21.70. It got above our 21 moving average, right? My norm on this company would be to look at a naked put. I'd look for a delta of about 20. I would sell the 18 puts for 78 cents. Now, we moved $2, so we're not going to get that. We're probably going to get about 30 or 40 cents for it with the move that we made, right? But because we are so close to resistance in here, I'm going to look at a bear call spread instead below. What did I put above? And so on KHC, hold on, not a bear call spread. That's what it is. I'm writing the wrong terminology down here. It's bull put spread, Rob. We're bullish. Bull put spread below 19. So we've got a long way to go right now. Are we going to get anything for a $19 put? As of yesterday, $1.18. With a $2 move, 50 cents, maybe 40 cents. It's going to be 30 or 40 cents is what we're going to pick up for that trade more than likely, right? On the short leg. MDT. They had earnings come out on MDT. Right now, they're down $5.50 to 100 exactly. Right? So what does that do for us? Well, let's put the 100-point level in there. Right? That's first and foremost. Let's get that puppy set up and structured right. All right, there's 100. Change it to a red. You change it to whatever you want. You could just put a label on it, not change it at all. And you could just write 100-point level. This sticks out. It's my nomenclature for it, my phraseology. It's what I can see very quickly of what we're looking at. So $100 level. Look where we are, folks. We're down at that 100, and the 99.69, which gives us a blue zone. That's a health zone or a zone of strength. Health not meaning we're going to bounce from here. It's strong here. Health meaning that there is strength in that level. From the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter. There's strength in it, right? So if we're down 99.77 right now, so we're getting a little bit closer to breaking that, we're going to look at a bear call spread above 103. Above 103. All right. Then we have one of my favorites, NVIDIA. Right. They're down $6.50 right now to 163.38. They already were in a true bearish bias. Right. 44 to 69.25. We don't need a fib in there. We're okay. Let me see. 44. That's 25. No, we're okay. It's 24.98. So we don't need a fib in. So right now we're sitting at 163.31. So we're right down here. We're going to look at a bear call spread above 169 or a long put. I'm going to be looking at puts on this for sure today. Always a fan of it. Doesn't mean that's what I take, but that's what I'll be looking at. And then last is Twitter. Elon Musk putting more of his own cash in. I think $33 billion of his $250 billion worth he's going to put into Twitter. So Twitter is up based on that news today, $1.61. They like that it's more of his own money there, more of a chance it's actually going to happen. So 38.77 is the current price of $1.61. So we're just barely above our 8 moving average. I'm not taking this one, guys. Next is the term for me. A little bit too risque. Oh, I forgot to ask you. Darn. There's only no candidates left. What trades do you want me to look at? Drop those in. Sean had it in there. Hopefully you guys read it. I did not see it. So drop your candidates in there. Thanks for that, Sean. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what you guys got coming up here. SPY, current price, $399.85. John's asking a short off of the 382. So let me get to SPY. All right, so a short off of the negative 382, which is the $400.73 level, which means the 400 level as well, right? Which will line up with the R1 for a gap fill. There you go. I love it. So I don't know. Again, I can't see. That's the bad thing on TradeStation. It doesn't allow me to see what the levels are today because the market's not open. I don't get it, but it's just the way it works. Okay. So I don't know if it lets, I don't know if the program will allow me. Let me try something here on TradeStation. I've never done this. I wonder if I could put pre-market data on it. So interesting. This is 526. So with pre-market data on there, right, it pops those levels in place for me. Very interesting. I've never tried that before. So you're talking about SPY, John. You're saying it lines up with the R1, which is the 398.93. Where are we? Yeah, there you go. I mean, we're right in line there. Absolutely. Right? I love it. Absolutely love it. Good plan, John. Good plan. I like it. Tripp said MU finally broke down from the triangle, and Tripp's been waiting on this. I know, because he asks about it all the time in various trainings. Broke down from the triangle, retested the 68.34 zero line yesterday, looking for the continuation down, but might have missed it as it moved down after the close. 67.87 and now 66.72. Yeah, and I'm looking at 67.13 right now. Oh, I didn't want to move it, just wanted to drag it outward. Scrunch that down a little bit. Yeah, you got 65 as your target there, Tripp, right? So you're in the right place. You got the pull back up and the reversal back over. All you can look for today is that move back up towards that 68 and jingle first before taking that trade, because you still have some room in there, but a lot of it is gone already at that point. But I do like the setup. Amgen, which is Linda with a diagonal spread. All right. So, yeah, I mean, diagonal with calls. Okay. So it's a short position where you're selling a short leg very close in time. So basically on Amgen, what Linda's looking to do, for those of you that are not familiar with it, is she's looking to sell front week. We look for about a 40 delta. So here we have a 38 delta. We're going to sell the 255, and we're going to go out at least 120 days, and we're going to buy a delta with at least a 65. Yeah, a strike with at least a 65 delta and 100 open interest. Here we have 69. You could push the envelope a little bit if you wanted to there with the 64 delta, Linda. I'm okay with that, especially since we're up $1 today. So that 64 will hit 65 on the open, right? You're looking at 1910 by 2065, little bigger spread, but not horrible, but definitely a little bit of a bigger spread. So I like it. Watch 250 as your support. If we break, that's where you need to look at considering exiting that trade. I hope that helps. Let me know, Linda. Alan's asking for W Day. He's looking for a bearish trade with a retest of the 166 and then a fail. So right now, Alan, we're up $2 to 166.42. Nice. So if we can open about here, roll back over, kick our heels back down on this trade, 18. Oh, darn. I need to switch watch lists. All right. So now W Day, 18 points, 48. We got 18 in there now. Yeah. So we don't need a fib on it, Alan, but you might want to look at midpoint of it anyway, of those two. But I like the pattern. As long as you can get that rollover today, consider the market. But as long as you get that rollover today, we're good, without a doubt, right? ADX is plenty high at 54. DMI minus is at 29. So both of them above 25. So Alan, I like it a lot. Mike, I don't think I have the symbols any longer for wheat. I don't think I can get access to it. Was it W? Let me see if it might still be part of my package. Let me see. I don't really trade it any longer. That's W. Yep, wheat. Okay. So let's see. But so much of this comes down to supply and demand and seasonalities and so forth, right? So I definitely would be looking at this uptrend line in here, Mike, on wheat. Let's see. Let's put it in here and see what we got. So we're down. Yeah, we're down 16 and 6/8. That always drove me nuts. Right? Always drove me nuts. 6/8. You mean 3/4? 6/8. It's like woodworking. 5/4. You mean 1.25 inches? So if you got that, let's see, 1131. So yeah, 1131 to 4/8 right now. So you've had a big pullback from yesterday's close. You got to watch that support level down there, Mike. And there is a confluence with the 55 moving average there as well. All right. I hope that helps. Not really set up. I don't do much with wheat, so I may not be the best person to answer it. But Coinbase, COIN. I hope I was still helpful a little bit for you there, Mike. COIN, Darlow's asking for, hey, guys, if you like the information I gave you, let me know down in the comments below. Not only does it help us, and if you like the candidates I'm giving you guys, give us a thumbs up, man. It helps us immensely with the algorithms on YouTube, right? So smash that like button, give us that thumbs up. So right now on Coinbase, I have not touched these guys in forever, it seems, Darlo, since I started trading them, since they started trading, and this massive slide we've seen. They're down another $2. Yeah, it's bear. 43 is, yeah, this is not right. Let's see. No, we probably need a new fib. Let's do that. That fib is getting kind of old, long, big fib. 281 down to 160, and then we still went much lower than that. So 40 to 80. Yep, we still need fibbits in here. So we're going to add the negative 136 and the 118. So we're at 60. All right. I like the 60.41 Darlo as support. We're at 65 right now. So we're down $2. Darlo, I would not touch this. Oh, goodness. Look at the last 7 or 8 days. Look at that 60.41. We just keep hitting that floor over and over and over again. And what's happening? The 8 moving average is moving down. So we're forming a wedge between that 60.41 and the 8. I wouldn't touch this without a break to the below that 60.41, a retest and a drop. And then 41 is your support. So right about 42, 42.5, I'd be out of that trade. All right. Hope that helps. Let me know down below, Darl. Frankie's asking for Apple. Andre's not sure if you're here, but Frankie beat you to it today. Close at 140.52. Let me put Apple in here so I can grab it and see where we're at. So we're down $2 on 138.60. Fall below the 138.80, bounce and fail. Yep, there you go. The key is, where do you go to from there? Right? 131 to 139 gives me 8 points. We don't need a fib in there. So we're good to go. Right? We're good to go. But Frankie, because of this long wick down there, what I would do, one of two things. Either if you're trading just one contract or multiple, doesn't matter, right? But if you're trading just one contract, when you got down to about the midpoint there, whatever that is, 135, I would tighten my stops up, because you see that long wick, that stretch and that snap. I'd be fearful of history repeating itself. If it breaks through, open the stop back up and you're good. If you have multiple contracts at that midpoint, you could scale out of half and look to roll the other half to the 131, only because of that long wick down there. Apple has a tendency of repeating that. Look at that long wick, and we came back there again and again, right? We're living on that line right now. All right. Mike. Okay. WEAT. Got it. All right. So I don't think we'll get much out of the fibs here, only for the fact of we're going to have a very big distance in there. I mean, we have them. The nice thing is, as a support, 1143 WEAT. We're down 16 cents right now. Monthly options only. Keep that in mind. For me, I'd want this to get back above that 1162 level, which is the 8. Come back and retest the 1143 and bounce, and then look at 1275 as resistance. All right. Hope that helps. Yeah, glad to have you back, Linda. Glad to have you back. You guys are welcome, Trip and John and Mike, and right. Say, hey, part of the coin also has a little bit of look like a pressure cooker. Okay. Let's go back to Coinbase. It does. Yes. And although I didn't say the words, say, hey, you caught it spot on. I didn't say the words. That's what's happening here. We've got a pressure cooker building up, right? Or a phrase I used to use a long time ago, which we haven't had for a while now, not since COVID, is the dreaded box of neutrality, right? We're in a neutral bias there, meaning we're just sideways. It's not doing anything, but in essence, that is a pressure cooker building up, right? Hope that that helps for you guys a little bit. IWM is Karen. So let me enter that one in up here on TradeStation just to see where it is. So it's up $1 to 180, let's call it, okay? So 180 takes me above that 177.47, below that 181.33. So it comes down to, I don't have a clear and concise entry, Karen. So my fear is looking at that level up above, where we're going to run our head into it and pull right back and fail off it. It's a little bit concerning for me, so I tend to back away from those. We're in a true bearish bias. Actually, we're not. The moving averages are in a true bearish bias. We closed in bearish neutral yesterday, and we're still in bearish neutral right now. Problem is, if you break that 21 right now, the green line, the 181.33, you got the 182.78 above head. So the way I would play this one is I want to move up above that 182.78, retest and bounce. And I don't need to come that high, guys. Just realize that that's me drawing with a mouse, okay? But I need to come back, so 184, 4.5, pull back to the 182.78 and bounce. 183.5-ish would be my entry. If you're a more aggressive trader and you want to take the breakout, you go for that, right? Nothing wrong with that at all right? So there you guys have it. So guys, make sure that you're catching our trainings that we're doing here, right? Tomorrow's training, right, which is the coach's playbook. You will not want to miss the topic for tomorrow. Fantastic. I'm excited. Remember, there is no power hour on Monday. There is no market mornings on Monday because it is a holiday. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, smash that like button. Help us build up in the SERPs. I appreciate it, folks. Have a great day. Good luck trading, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Bye for now.